back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Haley, and today I'm going to be showing you my daily makeup. So I'm going to start by priming my face with the Aveeno Positively Radiant Max Glow Serum Plus Primer. Creates a glowing and smooth canvas for makeup. It looks like this. You have to shake it. And then I just add a few drops into my hand. And I just go all over my face with it, pressing it into the skin. If you see me looking up, I'm looking at the mirror behind the camera. And then, because I'm crazy and I'm filming a video, I'm going to prime a little bit more in my T-zone, or where I have bigger pores, I should say. And for that, I use the AOA Studio Clean Slate Primer. Same thing, I just get a little bit on my hand. You really don't need a ton of this. This is as much as I grab. And I put it there and on my forehead. Next, I'm going to go in with my BB cream, and I use the IPKN Seoul, New York Moist and Firm BB Cream, Broad Spectrum SPF 45, and it's in the shade Light. I got this from a Birchbox, so I have no idea where you could buy this. And I just put that on the back of my hand, not a ton, because I like to mix it with two things. One being a little bit of this Aveeno Ultra Calm Daily Moisturizer with Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 15. And I've already put sunscreen on my face. This is not the only sunscreen I'm using. And I also like to add a little bit of the AOA Studio Glow Baby Illuminating Drops in the shade 78 Morning Glow. Last time I had a hard time opening it, but this time I got it. The dropper isn't the best on here. So once I have the three on my hand, I mix them in with my finger. So now it looks like this. And I just dot it all over my face. I bring it down my neck. And then I use the AOA Studio High Def Brush FA, or F4, not FA. It looks like this. And I just take, oh no, did I get it on my shirt? No. And I just buff it in. Make sure you bring it up to the hairline, because you don't want any crazy harsh blending lines. You don't want people to know you're wearing foundation. What I really like about this foundation is that it goes from a more medium to a very light coverage, and I don't like a ton of coverage on my face, just because I feel like it makes me way too cakey. But I love this foundation. I've been using it, that small bottle, and I don't use it every day, but that small bottle has lasted me months. Probably about a year, actually. Which I know you shouldn't be keeping your makeup for that long, but still. Once I'm done blending with the brush, I like to take my AOA Studio sponge. I just wet that. I'm gonna take my handheld mirror for this. And I just go over everything to make sure it's seamless. Next, I'm gonna conceal. And I use 2 different concealers. I have been using, first to cover up like blemishes like this one, I like the Maybelline New York Instant Age Rewind Eraser Multi-Use Concealer, and this is in the shade 100 Ivory. It is the perfect skin tone match for me, even when I'm not wearing foundation, just to like spot conceal. And then I look around my face. I see if there's anything else I want to conceal. Right there. And we'll go right there. And when I'm concealing spots, I like to use my finger and blend around the blemish, because if you blend right on it, you're going to lose the coverage right over it. So sometimes I even like to use a brush, because the brush is so much softer to blend out the concealer. There you go, you can't see the redness anymore. And then I go in with a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape in 12N Fair Neutral. And you do not need a lot of this concealer. Oh no, I'm spilling things all over. I like to do a little on my forehead. I'm not gonna do my chin because I'm going out today and I'll be wearing a mask, so the makeup around my face will just, it rubs off. It's what it does. So I go under my eye with the same beauty blender. And then I just blend it out on my forehead. And I bring the foundation / concealer from my sponge on my eyelids as a primer. And now I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit in light to medium. And the first shade I use is to set under my eyes. And I use this AOA Studio F19 brush. And I take this shade. As you can tell, it's much loved. And I just go under my eyes. It's a very fluffy brush, which I like. And then I take this banana shade and I brush that over my lid. Just to set it. And then I take the same banana shade And over where I did the concealer, I take that same brush, the spot concealing I should say, take that same brush, and I just make sure I go over those areas in particular first so nothing disrupts them. And now I'm going to go in with the thing that fell earlier. So hopefully it didn't break. It did not. The AOA Studio Perfect Finish Pressed Powder in 153 Ivory. And I take this e.l.f. complexion brush and I just set my entire face. I like to keep it a little bit heavier set around where my mask would be, so like right there. I find that the tip of my nose rubs makeup off so quickly, so I kind of overkill it with the powder there. Bring it down the neck so your neck matches your face. And next to bronze, I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Collection X Casey Holmes. Looks like this. I'm going to be using the deep bronzer. It's the Butter Bronzer. It's, this shade. And I'm taking that on a Morphe X Jeffree Star JS2 brush. You get a lot of fallout. But and I'm going pretty close to my hairline. I'm just blending that. And I like to stick with the 3 rule, where you're contouring. You're bronzing will kind of mock contouring. So then you take the brush and you warm up the hollows of your cheeks. Yeah, I like my other butter bronzer better. And I'll show you which one that is. And then just along my chin. And some on my nose. Oh, and some down my neck. So my neck matches my face. I need to stand up for a minute just so I can make sure that this is all blended. It actually looks pretty good, not gonna lie. I like that. Now the blush in here is fantastic, highly recommend. It's probably my favorite thing from this palette. It's called Copacabana and it's the Butter Blush, this shade. I just take some on a e.l.f. blush brush. And I make it on the apples of my cheeks. And then I take a little bit of it on the tip of my nose. And if you think anything is too dark, you can always go over with your powder brush without any powder on it, and it'll just kind of soften everything, which is what I'm going to do. Taking my powder brush, that same e.l.f. complexion brush with nothing on it. There we go. Next, I do my brows. So I like to use the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit in the shade 3. So first I like to brush them kind of up and then over into place where I want them to be. And then I just brush it over again once I've colored in the brow. You can already just see the difference. And I do the other eye, brow. And then I like to set my brows with the Benefit Gimme Brow. And I don't like a lot of this stuff because I feel like it can make your eyebrows crunchy kind of. So I very, very particularly go over where I want it. And concentrating it towards the ends of my brow. Onto eyeshadow. So I'm going to start by using the Violet Voss HG Fun Size palette. And I'm going to start, well, I don't know. Give me a minute. Because I'm also going to be using the Natasha Denona Mini Glam palette. I'm going to start with, these shades don't have names, but I'm going to start with this color right here on a fluffy brush. This is the Morphe X Jeffree Star J55? JS5, not 55. It's like this. And I just go in the crease. And I take that same brush with that same color on the tip of it. And I bring it like a third of the way into my under eye. And then I'm going to take this chocolatey cocoa shade on an another Jeffree Star X Morphe brush. This is JS6. And I literally just do one dab in there. And I place it on the outer edge and I wiggle. And then I bring it a little bit more into the crease after I've concentrated it on the edge, just to blend it out. I like to look at them more up close here to make sure they're even, and they are. So next I'm going to go in with this absolutely stunning Natasha Denona Mini Glam eyeshadow palette in the shade, hang on, this one, so I believe it's Golden Flash 68M, this color right here, and I'm taking it on my finger and I'm packing it on the inner 2/3 of my eye. I'm doing a mixture of like patting it in with my eye and like blending with my finger. And then on like a flat, clean, itty bitty brush, I like to take that same shade and just go right under where my pupil would be if I look straight on. Can't do that because I'm looking in the mirror, but if I could. There we go. Just brightens up your eye a tiny bit more. Next, I'm going to go in with some mascara. So I use this eyelash curler. I think it's from Sassy and Chic from the dollar store. And I like to double curl my lashes, meaning I go at the base and I like pump it 3 times. And then I go at the tip of my lashes. And I pump it 3 times and hold it. So it goes like 1, 2, 3, hold. Then you go to the tip of your eyelash, 1, 2, 3, hold. It just gives your lashes a completely lifted look. And especially if you have shorter lashes, it helps a lot. Next, I'm going to go in with the Wander Beauty Mile High Club Volume and Lengthening Mascara. In, assuming it's just the blackest black or whatever their black shade is called. And the wand looks like this. And I get the mascara wand as close to my upper waterline, or my upper lash line, I should say, as possible to give the illusion of the fact that I put eyeliner on, when really I did not. Just look at the difference. And then I go back in. If you need to go back into your mascara, swirl the wand and don't pump, because that's how you get bacteria in there. There you go. Next, I'm going to highlight under my brow bone and in the corners of my eye. I'm going to go back into the Violet Voss HG Fun Size palette again. And I am going to use this shade down here mixed with, I'm going to first go in with this bone shade, and then I'm going to go over it with the shimmer, just to make sure everything is really brightened. Now I'm taking this e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. Just brush it on my arm to make sure everything is off of it. Go into the bone shade. Go directly under my brow bone. And then take the shimmery shade. Going under the brow bone. And then I take that same shade and pop it in the inner corners of my eye. Then to finish off the eyes, I like to go in with the Thrive Cosmetics Brilliant Eye Brightener, and I believe it's in the shade Stella. And I just take that on my lower waterline. And now my absolute favorite part, highlighting. And I have been absolutely loving this AOA Studio Velour highlighter in the shade 1319 Lucky. The lid came off the first time I used it, but it is so worth it for $1. I just take my finger again and I blend that on the high points of my cheek. And then I like to do a little on my nose. There you go. Lastly, I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Mario Badescu Skincare facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. And to give my lips a little bit of a gloss, I'm going to go in with the Lancome Juicy Tubes in the shade Melon 22. Love these juicy tubes. And then I take my hair down. Give it a little bit of a zhuzh. And that's the final look. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please like and subscribe. If you don't, that's okay. But I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.